Should be a very interesting race because of that. We'll talk about that as the race goes on, but I think we're ready for the off pretty much. 15-minute race for the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Catch Championship. Pete Morgan on the right-hand side of the shot in the blue and yellow Fiesta. It's the red and black Nova of Jason Wood. The race gets underway then. Looks like they all make a decent start and get away well, heading out of their starting positions down towards Copse Corner for the first time. It's going to be Pete Morgan on the outside of the circuit. Jason Wood, who had a win here last year on the inside of the circuit, it is Morgan in the Fiesta that sweeps through into the lead of the race. Ted Cooper looks like he's third in the white and yellow Nova. And then in fourth place it is the that's the Peugeot 205, isn't
James
it?
Hazelhurst, yes.
Hazelhurst, yes.
I know he's got the inside line going there, but Ted's got the faster exit out there. So as they come down towards this straight, we get up to 110 miles an hour before we have to brake like crazy for Brooklands. And it looks like that Ted might have the inside line, but they're two different lines as they come there. But no, Ted has definitely got put his power down, and we see that Pete Morgan has got a 2-car length over Jason Wood onto Ted Cooper. But James Hazelhurst quite late on the brakes there into Brooklands, trying to get that place back again, but didn't quite make it that time. And look at Lynch Senior found himself in 5th place.
Yeah, Thomas Lynch, he went really well in qualifying, didn't he? To qualify 5th and staying there in the early stages of this race. That's a really good showing from him as they come through to complete lap number 1. Of course, success ballast is a feature of Classic Stock Catch. Do we think that had a part to play in why some of the sort of front runners from Brands Hatch were further down the grid this time, Paul?
Well, possibly, but all four, incidentally, because of the way they finished at Brands, are all carrying exactly the same weight of 25 kilograms of success ballast. So yes, it is a factor. And that would have affected them, and that's why we see where we are. Oh, look at that move there. That looked like Neil Dubman getting a move on Lynch Senior.
Okay, they're out of Copse and heading down towards Beckett's. Look at this, it's nose to tail for the lead of the race. Pete Morgan, a very experienced Pete Morgan. He's raced minis as well, hasn't he?
Yes.
Is in the blue and yellow Fiesta in the lead. Jason Wood is in second. Looking at the battles in the midfield, 44 there. That is Stuart Cleveley in the middle of the pack in his Fiesta XR2. But it's the Fiesta XR2 in the lead that we're interested in. He's under pressure here from Jason Wood in that number 41 Nova. Through Brooklands they go. They've got James Hazelhurst right behind them as well, because he's got ahead of Ted Cooper on this lap already. And he's going to make it 3 different types of car in the first 3 places.
Oh, that's the fun about Classic Stock Catch. Yeah, Jason Wood's got to try and get past it. Like you say, he had a very popular win here last year. But of course, he's got himself behind Pete Morgan, and I can tell from experience when I was racing Pete here a couple of years back, he knows exactly where to stick that blue XR2 just to hamper you. So it's going to be really tricky. The only way I think Jason might be able to do it is actually down onto the straight to Brooklands, where the injecting cars have slight advantage over the carburetted XR2s.
End of lap 2 then. 42 leading is Morgan, 41 in second Jason Wood, Hazelhurst number 12 in third, Cooper is fourth, number 4, and fifth is number 48, which is Dudman. Bit of curb being taken there as the cars round Beckett's. That's the 18 car making up ground. That's Darren Bassingthwaite on the outside line, trying to find a way past some quicker cars, including Lee Scott, who didn't qualify well but has come up the order a little bit.
Yes, he's come up. He's now currently running in 8th place. Got his eyes on Lynch Senior as he goes down to break there. But we're looking at the front battle here with James Hazelhurst all over the back of that GT of Jason Wood. And Jason's desperate. Oh, a little bit of understeer. You see the understeer there from the Nova. That may have hampered it. And is James going to be able to get the power down quick enough to get the advantage down the straight?
Wait and see then as they are side by side there. As they
that's Thomas. Thomas Lynch and Lee Scott. They're getting side by side. Lee's so surprising to see him so far down the qualifier. But here we are, 3 abreast as we're going down the start-finish straight. Where I couldn't quite see who was on the inside there in that battle for about 6th or 7th place.
Yeah, you said they're all on the same ballast, but also only 3 points separating Lee Scott, Finn Groom, James Hazelhurst and Neil Dudman coming into this meeting. 43 to Lee Scott, down to 40 to Neil Dudman. So tight after that first meeting of the season. Finn Groom has made his way up to 10th place now, making up another position on that lap. He's in this pack here that we're watching now, and there he is going wide just as we start talking about him. But is he getting ahead of Lee Scott?
He is. I think Lee Scott got a problem because he seems to have dropped a bit there. Maybe he made a mistake there on the entrance to that inside corner. But then we've got Matt Stubbins all over the back of Finn Groom. But yeah, Finn Groom has definitely gone up a few places as we come into Brooklands braking here. We've got 3 cars abreast. Now this is all going to end in tears. There's only enough room for 1 car. Who's going to hang it round? Now Lee's desperately trying to keep the inside line, but no, I can't quite see the camera move. But no, it's Finn has definitely made that stick. Well, that was a bit close. And I see Stuart Place there in the 106. That's the smallest engine car on the field. That's only a 1.4, having a good showing here.
Yeah, absolutely. 1.4 engine in the 106. Most of them, of course, 1.6s. As the battle comes through on that lap, then Stubbington made up 2 places to go 7th. Lee Scott lost 3 places to fall back to 11th on that lap, and we did think he might have made a bit of a mess of the Beckett's part of the circuit. So on to lap 5 we now go. We'll pick up the cars again as they head down.
It's a tricky bit here because it has a little kink to the left and you have to brake really hard for this very tight right-hander. And as we can see there, as Lynch Senior goes incredibly wide and Finn Groom says, thank you very much, I'll have that place. And there we got Lee Scott having a great battle there with Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark has definitely improved over the last couple of races. He had a pretty lacklustre couple of seasons, but he's now back on the pace and it's great to see him up there side by side with this Nova of Lynch Senior. And we've got Lee Scott saying, which way am I going to go? He's going to go on the inside. He's trying to go through the middle. You're never going to do that, mate. But he's done it. He's managed to get by. How did that happen?
So he's got past Linz there. Yeah, it did look a little bit tight, as if the 2 cars either side of him were going to close in on him, which was always the concern with that kind of move. But he's managed to get through that, and I think he's going to get past Ryan Clark as well, isn't he, on the way out of the corner, coming through to complete lap number 5. Pete Morgan's just in the best lap of the race, a 1:13.457 he has now done, and he's got his lead over Jason Wood up to 0.8 of a second.
Just looking at hats off there for Terry Roughton. Now Terry Roughton, he has been in the Citroen AX for a number of years, and he's he ended up purchasing Stuart Place championship winning car, and he seems to have got hold of that very well. He finds himself in 6th position, his first race meeting in this car.
Yeah, that's the number 5 machine, so watch out for that, and it's ahead of the
here we go. We've got Lynch Jr. and we've got Wood Jr. and Martin Rogers, so all having a little battle. They're all part of the same team, so please be nice. We don't want to eat our pizza with animosity flying around.
One into the pits, I'm afraid, is the 27 car of Sam Hutchinson. He is out of the race, but the race continues for everybody else, and it's a really good scrap going
Lee
here.
Trying to get back on the inside of Finn Groom. Oh, a little bit of touch in there. Oh, there's going to be... Oh, now that's... He's spun out. That little bit... Oh, no! Stuart Cleveley had nowhere to go. Oh, good grief, no. 2 XR2s. That is heartbreaking to see. That was a simple little mistake there where Lee's got locked up, just got a little bit of contact with Finn Groom. Finn Groom spun.
I think was it Finn or was it Rick Groom? Yeah, it was Rick Groom.
Oh, it's Rick Groom.
Yeah, so Finn Groom has come through in 8th place. It was Rick Groom, the number 92 car, that's had the big hit in the side, unfortunately, from Stuart Cleveley. That's really nasty to see that. Cleveley just obviously unsighted, didn't have anywhere to go, and that's quite a lot of damage then been done as a result of that. So 7 minutes still to go in this race, so nearly half of the race to go. What we can't see is whether that incident's been cleared or not, if we're going to need a safety car or something like that. It's not been cleared as yet, we're hearing. There is the 72 car, and yellow flags, of course, at that part of the circuit. We've not got a safety car as yet, but local yellows up at Brooklands.
Oh, that was very upsetting to see. It's such a shame. That was quite a nice little battle there. Oh, looks like Stuart Place must have been involved there, because he seems to have dropped back a little, has he?
And now safety car, so the driver's probably reacting to the safety car boards as well, with that incident needing to be cleared there at Brooklyn. So yes, it was a great shame to see that. So a reminder of the order then. After 6 laps, it's number 2 Pete Morgan leading the race. In 2nd place, it's number 41 Jason Wood. In 3rd position, it's number 12 James Hazelhurst. In 4th place, number 4 Ted Cooper. In 5th position, number 48 Neil Dudman. In 6th place, it is number 5 Terry Roughton. 7th is number 67 Matt Stubbington. 8th is number 91 Finn Groom. 9th is number 33 Ryan Clark, and running out the top 10 is number 31, which is Thomas Lintz. So the drivers opposite to reduce pace behind the safety car. It'll take a moment or two at least to clear this up. There's still 5 minutes to go, so we'll have to wait and see if we do get any or many more racing laps out of this. So a shame there to have that incident, Paul.
Yes, very upsetting. I'm sure the Clark will want to have a word with them about that. Yeah, such a shame to see, but looking at what we've got here now, it's giving people a chance to cool down the tyres. These Toyos that we're racing on, they go off very quick. Towards the latter part of the last 5 minutes, the tyres would have been well off. So this may be giving the tyres a chance to cool down. And of course, they're all going to bunch up. Now, I'm sure Pete will have to work very hard to keep these faster injection cars at bay. We're just looking to see, is that the ambulance car's gone out as well?
The medical car is out there, yeah. So the safety car has picked up the leaders. The medical car has gone out to check on the drivers involved, as there will always be when there's been a heavy collision like that, just to check that all the drivers are okay.
Sam Hutchinson's car, and only coming to the pits, so it looks like it's gone back out again.
It had gone back out, so he's been picked up by the... So we've got our red lights now, race being stopped.
Oh, what a shame. So that'll be the end of the race.
I think it will, because there's only 4 minutes to go. I think probably they've realised that with the medical car needing to be on the scene as well, just to check the drivers.
I'm sure it's just a precautionary measure. Obviously, we're always interested in looking after the driver's welfare in these situations, so it's only right that they should do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, as you say, Paul, will be that. We'll wait for official notification of that from race control. But a great shame that that incident should happen. But now, of course, the incident being dealt with by the marshals, the rescue crew will be there as well, the medical car as well, and in this situation, the drivers, they're always in the best possible hands with the great professionalism that all of those medics, doctors, rescue crew, marshals, they'll show a lot of professionalism there to make sure that everybody is as safe and well as can be given that situation. And it's a real big shame, because it was an excellent race, wasn't it? Not actually so much for the first 2 or 3, because they'd sort of pulled away a little bit.
It was the battle, that middle pack there was having a right old battle there with people being out of position, desperately trying to get back where they should be. It was developing quite nicely, but like you say, the front had not enough sorted themselves out, and I say it was going to be very difficult for Jason to get by Pete Morgan there, because he's definitely been doing this 1 or 2 years, and here we go. Yeah,
checkered flag has been waved on the way into the pit lane, so that is going to be that as far as the classic stock hatches is concerned. It's just been waved there by the marshal. They're going to bring the cars in through the gate in the.
And there's Terry Roughton in that car, his first race there. I think he's going to be well happy with that, ending up in 6th place. There's the Stuart Place's new car, the 106. Lovely, immaculately turned out. It's really a good car. I recommend you come down and look at it. Matt Stubbington, good to see him back out. Oh, and there's Finn Groom. I should be pleased, because he started qualified 17th and he ended up in 8th. So good 9 places he gained there. There's Lynch Senior, and here's Lee Scott. But unfortunately, he might be being called up after that incident, I think.
Yes, it was that initial side-to-side contact with Rick Groom that spun Rick around and then left him as the sort of sitting duck, really, didn't it, for the cars that followed, unfortunately. So the drivers that headed down on the circuit are being sort of signalled in through the gap in the pit wall. Not sure if we are going to get a word with the top 3 from that race, because I think they probably have been sent back down to Parc Fermé in any case. I don't think we're going to get a word with them. Yeah, they have been sent straight back down to Parc Fermé. So we're not going to get an interview with the top 3, and obviously it's going to take a little bit of clearing up. So, I mean, that's a great shame that's happened, Paul. I mean, we've got another race for these cars tomorrow. I don't think we'll probably see either of those out, unfortunately, tomorrow. It seems unlikely. But there's going to be a little bit of work for some others. Sam Hutchinson, he obviously was in the pits and then back out again.
We've got to look at the Stuart Cleveland machine. Was the unfortunate one to go into the green machine. Nowhere to go. You're coming in there blind, and you're braking from 110 miles an hour down that straight while you're braking to Brooklands, and it's just very unfortunate and sad to see. So we're going to see. Get the Howard hammers out and see how many cars we can get back out there tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely right. So, and that's the thing. I'm sure everyone in the classic stock hatch paddock will be mucking in.
Yes, we will all muck in where we can. Everyone wants to see the cars on grids, and if there's any broken part and another competitor's got it, they'd be more than happy to lend them. And that's the fun of classic stock hatch. It's always upsetting to see incidents like this, but there was no malice involved. It was just one of those things. It's but we are very respectful. Generally in the paddock, and so, like I say, people will lend a hand wherever they can to get those vehicles done.
Yeah, absolutely. So We will take a break then for a moment. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with the next race, which will be for the Yokohama Low Cost, thanks to Paul Thorpe.